Hi, you're welcome to Bay Television GH. I know it's been a long time since we uploaded anything on our YouTube channel. So we've come up with a new thing and it's called Murder with Bay. So with Murder with Bay or Murder on Bay, we think about it and then we check something in. So today I want to tell you about a lady called Kate Warren. Kate Warren is a 28-year-old and she was the middle child of 3 siblings. And it is reported that during her prime she started to grow a little bit rebellious, which is normal because everybody wants to run out of the house and go chilling with friends at a particular point in time. Now on June 12, 2009, Kate's father had gone to work and he hadn't heard from Kate almost the whole day. So he called his wife and he was like, "Can you go check up on Kate for me?" Now on reaching, her mom noticed that all the lights were still on as well as her clothing. Her room, nothing was gone, so that sort of told her mom that, oh, maybe she had just stepped out. But then Kate never got back home. But the next day, which is June 13, Kate hadn't still returned home, and then her parents started to get very worried. On June 15, Kate's bank phoned Tom, which is Kate's dad, stating that a man has tried to cash an amount of money from Kate's account and they are finding it a bit strange, so they want to confirm if everything is alright. But mind you, the man took a check to the bank and there was Kate's signature and everything. The amount the man was trying to cash out was $4,500. We carry Ghana currency, huge money. Anyway, so this man was identified as Ethan. According to Ethan, he says he used to buy jewelries, he buys wristwatches, he buys a lot of things for Kate, and he felt like this was Kate's way of paying back, to him for all the things that he has done. Ethan decided to allow police go through his phone and allow them into his home to come and check and everything. Now, after police did that, they noticed, okay, Ethan is not a suspect, so they ruled him out of the case as a potential suspect. And also because police kind of assumed that because Kate has a history of growing rebellious, going out of the home, going out for days and not returning, they kind of assumed that this is her way of just getting out of the house and being alone. So they didn't really have a reason to hold Ethan. Her parents, Tom and his wife, knew that no, there was something wrong because, Kate has been trying to get things right. She's trying to not be rebellious anymore. She's trying to get things right in her life, and for months now she has been doing it perfectly well. So why all of a sudden just go out of the room, go out of the house and not be heard? 2 months passed and still no news heard about Kate. No one has seen her or heard from her. A group of retired policemen decided to come together and find Kate Warren. The group was formed by a man named Andy Savage. Now, Andy was a criminal defense attorney, and this new group was solely relied on finding Kate. The group consisted of Andy Savage himself, Bill Carr, who was a retired tech wizard, anything and absolutely everything on the internet. Dean was a retired homicide detective. Now, according to Bill, he said that Kate actually sent a message to her boyfriend saying, "I'm going to Greenville to pick up some lovelies. I will be back in a few days." Howard also said he had no idea what lovely meant, and the last activity that was actually spotted on Kate's phone was around 12:51 a.m. when she was actually calling her own phone. She changed the last activity on Kate's phone to a place called James Island. Dean Franchise, who is part of the group that has been formed by Andy Savage, all of these people who are retired detectives. So Dean Franchise actually said he was familiar with the place, so they went to James Island. At James Island, they came across a man. He was apparently Ethan's landlord. Now, this particular part brings us to where they say be your neighbor's watchdog, spy on your neighbor, sort of. Do they say that? They don't say that. Okay. Anyway, so Terry is actually the neighbor of Ethan, and Terry decided to go forward to the police, and he was like, "Yo, I'm suspecting something. The case about Kate Warren, I sort of feel that Ethan and his girlfriend Heather Camp has something to do with this, case." Because just days after Kate went missing, Heather Camp brought me an iPod. I feel like, Kate has something to do with the iPod, sort of, and police took the iPod, checked through it, and noticed, yes, this actually belongs to Kate Warren. So there and there, the police arrested Ethan and his girlfriend Heather Camp. Now, Kate's body was discovered 4 months after she's gone missing. In August 2009, Heather Camp, Ethan's girlfriend, pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter, obstruction of justice, and forgery. Remember the check that Ethan sent to the bank to go and withdraw the $4,500 amount? The signature was actually forged by Heather Camp. According to Heather, she said they dared Kate to enter into a suitcase to see if she could fit in it. Now, when Kate was inside the suitcase, Ethan brought out a taser and tased the suitcase several times. He later then unzipped the suitcase and then hit Kate over the head with a wine bottle before smothering her with a pillow until she went unconscious. With Kate now unconscious, Heather went to the bathroom, turned on the water, and dragged Kate's body into the bathroom, leaving her to drown and die. He was sentenced to 39 years in prison, and Ethan, also found guilty, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. This is where we draw the curtains on Murder with Bay. Make sure you stay safe wherever you are. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe.